Hello, Josh. Hello, Josh. Hello, everyone. This is Joshy Blogs. I'm very sleepy. This is Legends of Talia. I played this game once before. I'm playing it again now specifically because I want to bore myself to sleep. I don't hate this game, but it's not that entertaining. It's got, it's got, it's got, sometimes when I'm trying to get to sleep at night, like now. It's got no choices to make, and it's got a lot of reading. It's just a short story with some visuals. It's not really a game at all. I can still hear the screams. It's just gonna put me to sleep. They're impossible to forget. Maybe it'll be entertaining listening to me read this in a bored and sleepy voice. If you'd been in the village of Freycross that night, you wouldn't be able to forget them either. Then again, most of the people who were in Freycross that night died of sleepiness. I was one of the few lucky ones. I forgot volume one of it. I don't want to wake up the neighbors with this bullshit. It's very, very late at night. I have no business playing any loud noises in my apartment right now. It was already pretty low, but I put it lower. Some things I'm more sensitive to noise at night because I'm just worried that I'm gonna get in trouble. So people in Freycross that night died. I was one of the few lucky ones. I said that already. I wasn't supposed to be in Freycross in the first place. I wasn't born there. I lived there. This is awesome. I've been wandering through the high roads, as you do, and needing a place to stay for the night. Good people in Freycross were more than happy to accommodate me. They practically showered me with invitations to stay in their homes, eat their food, and sleep in their beds. It was almost like my presence was some kind of great blessing. Then a horde dragon attacked and the whole village was burnt to the ground. Okay. It's a shame, really. Freycross wasn't an important place by any means. Most people in Talia probably haven't heard of it. I hadn't. But the people of Freycross were good, kind people. And when I say that, I mean it. Truly. They spent their lives growing crops, rearing sheep, and fattening pigs up for the winter. They had to be self-sufficient because there were no nearby villages or towns to trade with. They looked after each other. Most of them were illiterate, apart from the village chief. Didn't matter. Being located in an out-of-the-way corner of the world on the edge of an ill-traveled high road filled with monsters, they had learned to be strong, bold, and self-sufficient. But they all fell over themselves when word spread about the great hero, Arcadia of Littlehaven, arrived at the gates of their village. That's me, right? Oh, please, lady warrior, said the head of the village. Make yourself at home. We are your humble servants. They were so excited by my unexpected arrival, they even threw a banquet in my honor. They roasted a whole pig on a spit, apple in his mouth and all. That wasn't it. There was also meat pies, boiled potatoes, and handmade soups. The food must have taken a long time to prepare, and I was grateful, but a simple meal of bread and cheese would have done just as well. There was music and laughter, and several of the smaller children at Freycross asked, very shyly, for my autograph. Not that they'd have been able to read it, of course. They just wanted something to remember me by. I'm not sure why people make such a fuss about me. I never wanted to be a hero. Fortunately, my legend has traveled across every single corner of Talia. Everybody at Freycross that night knew me. Everybody loved me. They adored me. Was it because I've fought in a lot of battles? Because of Kadaf? I hope not. War is pointless, so is fighting. Those who glorify it, who venerate it, and raise mere warriors like myself to the status of saints turned my stomach. Not that I think of much about Talia's saints. It was hard to focus on my food that night, though the people at Freycross were being so very kind and shared what I knew were limited resources with me. They welcomed me with open arms, like I was their close friend. They thought if I was there, nothing would be able to harm them. They were wrong. The dragon killed almost everybody that night. It ravaged the whole village. It burnt the fields to the ground, cooked the fat right off the pigs, and engulfed all the houses in warm red flames. The houses in Freycross were all made of wood. Most people were asleep when the attack happened. They died in their beds. They died instantly. At least I hope they did. A horned dragon's fire is strong enough to melt flesh off a person's bones and turn the bones themselves into soot. If I myself had been lying in bed at the village chief's home sleeping, perhaps I would have been burnt to a cinder too. Hero or not, I'm made of flesh and blood like any other mortal, and if I'm exposed to a horned dragon's fire, I'd almost definitely die. The small alterations the church did to my body back when I was a warrior priest who lived in Spinel would have been for naught. Though I can self-regenerate to a certain degree, there are limits. There are limits. Horned dragon would definitely push my limits to the breaking point. And if I'd been caught up in its fire, I would have perished. This is pretty bad virtual noveling, but it's good for me falling asleep because they should have some images, but they just didn't bother. But I didn't. That's because I wasn't anywhere near the fire when the dragon attacked. I wasn't even in Freycross. I'd left the village behind me. I was trying to escape. And you might be wondering why I was trying to flee in the night like a fugitive from these good people who had offered me so much, very much, and asked for nothing in return. Nothing other than arm wrestling competitions and my autograph. So many of them wanted autographs, though. I don't know why. You said that already. I'm not a skilled calligrapher. I spend most of my days gripping my sword. Still, it made them happy, and it was no skin off my nose, so I did it all the same. But here's the thing. Being revered a hero for more than a decade can be rather draining. Especially when you're not a hero. I don't think I am. I might be the great warrior Arcadia, scourge of the battlefield, champion of Kadath, the protector of Amroth village, but at the end of the day, I'm just a human. The church battled with my body during my stint as a warrior priest. You said that already. When I still believed the church of Spinel was good and right and just, but I still bleed when you cut me. Honest to goodness, I do. Yeah, this will put me to sleep for sure. Though the wounds will all close up unusually fast. I don't like being adored and revered and venerated. Yeah, you said that. You look up a lot of synonyms for the thing that you wanted to say. You can no more adored and revered and venerated. What about respected, maybe? And respected and loved and liked and also worshipped. I don't deserve it. Not when my only real talent is killing. That's wrong. Killing is bad, guys. Sometimes I worry my legends will eclipse who I really am. In fact, I think that's already happened. There are so many stories, some of them true and most of them not, that I can no longer disentangle fact from fiction. Okay? I'm really sorry to hear that. That's really weird. I'm not allowed to be a normal person anymore. I've done too many great works in my short life. You do think they're great. You just said they're great. One second, text. Texting up our damn fast and it's still up, but apparently he's probably not still up. He went to bed early today. This is early for him. It's like past 1 a.m. This is not early for me. I am usually asleep. I have this back pain, and well, the back pain just went away, so I'm not taking painkillers that used to put me to sleep anymore. And I am like super awake. I'm like hyper. I feel sleepy but hyper. It's a bad feeling. Anyway, let's keep going. I'm not allowed to be a normal person anymore. I've done too many great works in my short life. Really? Did you only read that one already? Did I accidentally go back? Yeah, I think I accidentally went back, didn't I? Alright, you think you're great? We got it. So I left. Maybe you could say I ran. The people of Freycross loved me. They believed in me, and I let them down. Maybe if I hadn't left that night, I could have done something. Slain the dragon, perhaps. I don't know. I've never done it before. If I hadn't run away, then maybe. But it's useless thinking about what ifs now. What's done is done. By the time I saw the dragon, its scaly body embossed against the round full moon, it was much too late. I turned back, ran to Freycross village, drew my sword. Didn't make any difference. Everything was on fire. Everything was ruins. Almost everybody was dead. The dragon was long gone, of course. It just happened to be passing. Maybe it hadn't even meant to target the village of Freycross. It just reacted out of instinct. Dragons aren't as smart as people think. Okay. The people at Freycross didn't need a warrior. Not even the great warrior Arcadia with all her accomplishments and accolades. I thought you said that earlier that you'd never fought a dragon before, but now you're saying that you know dragons aren't smart. Like, you do have experience with dragons? You just study dragons, how smart they are, not, but you didn't ever fought. Alright, I guess that makes sense. That checks out. Okay, they needed white mages, herbalists, and healers. Unfortunately, I've never been very good with magic. What else do you think swords are for? Stabbing? It's just compensation, really. Compensation for not having healing magic. I walked through the burning village. The buildings were depressing. The stench of burning flesh was even more so. Oh, sorry that was so depressing for you. It felt like I was standing in the middle of a war. Okay. I'm so sorry that you've had to feel that way. Like I was back in Kadath. I stood there, surrounded by licking flames. I mean, it's a similar. The reason why you felt like you were back in Kadath is because there was a similar situation. So this is another situation just as bad as that. So you don't have to you don't have to worry that you're back in Kadath. You're in a place that's almost even worse. The smell of death invaded my nostrils. I suppressed the urge to choke. Why? I think that's not me, right? I know that's not me because I remember this from last time. There, lying on the ground before me, was a girl. One of the girls who had asked so eagerly for my autograph. She was still young, only 11 or 12, maybe 13 or at a push. She was alive, but barely. She had breathed in a lot of smoke. She was coughing, choking. She wouldn't last the night. The ends of her frayed nightgown were burnt black. So were her feet. The fat on her legs was bubbling like a cauldron. It's kind of weird that they're describing that. They're describing something really horrific and disgusting. But they're showing me an image of a girl whose legs are not burning. So it's like, it's kind of awkward to describe this horrific scene, but then have drawn something entirely different. She looked up at me. You could draw her looking up. I looked down at her. You could draw the main character looking down as well. The cool wind caught in my hair. It fluttered. It'd be nice to see. The smell of dead bodies grew stronger and stronger. Why don't you draw a picture of the smell of the dead body? Jimmy, you draw the dead bodies, I guess. The girl opened her mouth, and then she said in a low, pained voice, "Why?" I didn't know what to say. I didn't have any answer to give. I could have said sorry, but what use would that have done? I guess you I guess not much. So I didn't apologize. Instead, I looked down at the girl with her burnt legs and her tearful eyes, and I simply said, "That's how life is." I think sorry would have been better. And then I walked away. You're a dick. There was nothing I could have done. I bet you regretted asking for your autograph at that. That's an important part of being a warrior. You have to know when to cut your losses. You have to know when to move on. I feel like you could have helped out a little bit. And you didn't have to tell her that's how life is. So I did. I left Fraycross Village that night, and I never looked back. I stopped a medic on the road and told him about Fraycross Village. I asked him to help. Maybe they went back. Maybe they didn't. You should have went back with them. I don't know. I don't really care. I like to think that I did all I could, but you definitely didn't. Sometimes when I'm feeling sentimental, I do wonder. Maybe I could have said something a bit nicer to that girl. So, yeah, you definitely could have. Something more comforting. She was only a child, really. But the world isn't a very nice place. Yeah, I mean, you proved that. You're the nice one in the world. Alright, how am I doing for time? 16 minutes. Alright, I can probably finish this. I can probably finish this whole game in one video. It'll take less than an hour to get through it. I'm not sure if that's correct, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. It's midday and the sun is high in the sky. I walk. My head bent. Can I do options? I want to make the game darker. Preferences. No, there's no. They have some options, but there's not a brightness setting. Alright, I need brightness to turn it lower. Okay, just stop. Just get me out of this. I'll return. So yeah, it's midday, the sun is in the sky. I walk my head bent, trying to keep beneath the cover of the trees. Fortunately, in the vast and sprawling little oak forest, there are plenty of those. They're not all oak trees either. Yeah, okay. I'm no expert on the various flora and fauna of Talia, but I lived in the countryside as a child near Little Oak, as a matter of fact, and my parents used to point out various trees to me when we went for walks. Sycamore, birch, ash, rosewood. They're all staples of my youth. Yeah, we're learning stuff about you now. I paused beneath a tree with a sturdy trunk and numerous dark green leaves. An ash tree, I think, and quite an old one judging by the thickness of its boughs. I need to take a break, wipe the sweat from my brow. It's a horribly warm day, muggy, I think you'd call it. Doesn't help that there are bugs everywhere, horrible buzzing things, mosquitoes. I mean, that does sound bad. I can't stand them. Yeah, me too. I agree with you there. Unfortunately, they seem to be rather attracted to me, like everything else in Talia. Narcissistic much? Okay, wait. No, I am attracted to you. I guess I can see why the mosquitoes want her. I need to reassess. Where exactly am I going? Back to my home village of Little Haven, or what remains of it? Suppose I felt nostalgic. This is the best part of the game. Not just because we're seeing her boobs and vagina region and long legs and hips and pretty face, but see, it's nice to see a character there talking, and her facial expressions changing a little bit. This is what a visual novel is supposed to look like. After years of wandering Talia, slaying monsters and saving civilians, I think I deserve a break. I feel like this is the real part of the game. That was the intro, and they really phoned it in on the intro. But now we've got through it. Now we're on to the part where it becomes a real visual novel game. Well, game is strong, but a real visual novel. Even heroes get homesick sometimes. I lean against the bark of the tree. It's cool beneath my skin and offers me a fair amount of shade. I uncorked the flask of my tip. Just when I was complimenting it, she's not doing any of the stuff she's saying. I uncorked the flask at my hip and bring it to my lips. It's warm. I wince but drink all the same. You really could have animated some of this. When I drink, I examine my surroundings and wave away a few more stray mosquitoes. Horrible things. Little Oak Forest really is expansive. It would be easy for me to get lost here. Thinking about it, its name is a bit misleading. Maybe you could call it ironic. Guess so, sure. It's not little? Is that what irony is? I don't even know anymore. You broke my brain so hard. Also, I'm a little bit sleepy. Isn't it ironic when a forest is named Little Oak, but actually it's a big forest without only oaks in it? Isn't it ironic? Yep, I guess it is ironic. That proves it. Anyway, I've heard of more than a few travelers who've blundered in here sincerely believing in Little Oak's name, who got lost and eaten by monsters. That's so tragic. I'm not a psychopath. I shouldn't. I didn't. I'm sorry that I laughed at that. I was laughing at something else, guys. Don't cancel me. Little Oak is filled with monsters. Fortunately, most of them only come out at night. The highly illithric name is a holdover from the good old days. As legend goes, this place used to be a large expanse of lush green fields, flat fields filled with wildflowers, and nothing else to see for miles and miles. So it's like, I'll be like, oh, Little Oak, that must be a small forest that doesn't have monsters in it. Let's just go inside. Since it's obviously safe from the name. I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at something else, guys. I'm not laughing at these people being eaten by monsters, okay? Then, one of Talia's queens of yore, Queen Leontine was her name. Her name wasn't. But she was a princess back then. So her name was Princess Leontine. Came here and planted a single acorn in the ground. The acorn grew and grew and dropped more acorns, and Little Oak became the vast, sprawling forest you see before you. There have been numerous petitions to change the name of this place. Yeah, you should change the name because it's like people are just walking in and getting killed. It's quite outdated by now, by a good 600 years. 600 years? You still haven't changed the name? How many people must have died because of that name? Nobody listens. People in Talia like tradition. Even if said tradition results in the untimely deaths of around 8 people per year. 8 per year. I feel like that's a lot for that level of stupidity. like it's not that many, but it's plenty. It's more than should die. Like, it's 8 die because they go into the forest thinking it's little. That's why I could say they have to change the name of Greenland and Iceland, because people just think that Greenland is warm and green, and they go to Greenland and they freeze to death. Why don't they change the name? And Iceland, people die because they go there with heavy jackets and then they melt to death because it's actually warm there. So they should switch the names back, and less people would die. Like 8 people a year die in both Greenland and Iceland. Just like Little Oak. It's the same situation. It's like an analogy. Well, that's just how life is. I corked my jug of water and attached to my hip. I corked my jug of water and attached to my hip once more. My old village shouldn't be too far away now, just past the crossroads. If I take the left-hand fork, I can make it before sundown. I start walking, crunching old dead leaves and small, hard acorns beneath my sturdy wolf-hide boots. Good descriptions. When... Help me! Oh, somebody, please help me! Nah, I wonder who can that be? Maybe there's a monster attack. Yeah, why don't you stand around thinking about it for a while? Most monsters only come out at night, but there are always exceptions to the rule. I gotta say, if this game is being funny on purpose, this has been pretty funny so far. So good job. And if it's by accident, still I want to give you credit as if it was on purpose. So good job being funny by accident. That's even a better skill than being funny on purpose. Please, somebody, anybody. I wonder if I should help this woman. Well, you're definitely not helping by wondering about it. I have no real obligation to, so. What? But what about. Aren't you supposed to be a hero or something? I don't know who she is. I don't even know what she looks like. What? You have to only help pretty people? But, well, I am a warrior. Old habits die hard. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So, alright. Hold your horses, I'm coming. Is he drunk or something? I turn, retrace my steps. I take the right fork as opposed to the left and start walking, searching. No, just follow where her voice was coming from, dumbass. It doesn't take me all that long to find the source of the commotion. Yeah, because there's sounds happening and you just follow the sounds. Oh, this looks hot. Oh my. It's a mandragora. A large plant-like monster with a flower for a head. Lots of thick rope vines. Okay. This is happening. The vines of the mandragora holding onto it, holding a young woman aloft in the air. The vines are wrapped around her legs, her waist, and her arms. Her hair is short and soft pink, like primroses. It catches in the breeze. Okay. Pretty. She won't be pretty for much longer if the mandragora succeeds in crushing her to death. That's a good point. Well observed. Are you here to help me? Oh yeah. Well, you have to say you didn't know what she looks like. Now you know what she looks like, so I think you definitely want to help her now, right? Jesus Christ. Like straight out of a hentai. The woman looks at me. Her eyes are large, hopeful. Well, what can I do? Can't turn around and walk away. Nope. Sorry, I'm off duty. You don't have to think about it so much. You don't have to explain to me the things that you can't do. You don't have to explain to me everything that you don't want to do and can't do. Just go help her. I don't think that would cut it. You don't, huh? If I don't step in, she'll die. Okay, thanks for explaining it. Don't worry, I'll help you. And sheath my sword. Oh, thank you so much! Okay, hentai lady, you can thank me when I've defeated the monster. Now, put that woman down or you won't live very long to regret it. Does the monster understand English? I don't know why I say that. It's not like Mandragora can understand common Italian. I mean, it's not English, it's common Italian. I should have known that. I am speaking the language after all. Or any kind of language for that matter. Yep, doesn't speak. It's just all this monster can do is shake its minds and spew pollen. She should really be dead, because, like, you are not doing anything useful. Oh well. I can at least say I tried to settle this diplomatically. Yeah, that's a good point. Mandragora snakes its long, thick vines out toward me. What? It's trying to get two girls at once? That's just selfish. That's just greedy. It tries to grab hold of my ankles. Too slow. I jump back, avoiding them, and slice the vines in two with the blade of my sword. Easy. Severed vines begin to leak sticky sap. Enraged, perhaps in pain, the mandragora starts shifting, swaying. It sends more vines after me, and I dodge them all. Dispose of them with the slightest flick of my wrist. Slice. The mandragora can't move very far. It's rooted in the ground, though its vines are long. It has a limited range. I dance about it, catching it in the breeze. Here, catching in the breeze. I should really get it cut. And sever each and every vine. I like how she took the time to say she can get a haircut. I didn't know that sentence. Wow, you're so amazing, Lady Knight. Thank you. You like my hair blowing in the wind? Be quiet, you're distracting me. Oh, sorry. She shouldn't do that. Guess I'll cheer you on quietly from inside my heart. Aww. Now thoroughly crazed, half mad with pain, the giant flower monster spurts out pollen. She's taking this all rather well. Thick waves of the stuff, bright yellow. I don't know what it does, but I don't want to find out. I jump back. I'm out of the pollen's range. At least the worst of it. It will still get carried by the wind. Thanks for explaining that. How do I approach? Give me the option of deciding how you approach. Oh, you're not going to do that because this isn't that detailed of a game? This would be easier if I was a mage. My mother always wanted me to study magic. She was a mage herself, a white mage who worked for Central Sminel Church. Right, I remember that. That's the church that gave you your special powers or something, right? That's the largest church in Talia. Unfortunately, I have no magical powers. Oh, really? You don't? You don't say. Good to know that. Keep telling me more things that you haven't told me yet. I can't even shoot sparks from my fingertips. Yep, that's a good example of a power you don't have. Being able to conjure fire from thin air would be a useful ability right now. Would it really? Mandragoras, being plants, are highly susceptible to fire. They burn very easily. Okay? I guess you can't make a fire, so you don't need to tell me all this. Just like the village of Cross. Why? Why did you bring that up? But it didn't burn down easily like a mandragora. It burned down because the dragon destroyed the whole town and killed everyone. No, stop it. I'm not going to think about that. That was almost 8 years ago. Yeah, but we were just talking about it, so it makes sense you might think about it a little bit. It's irrelevant. Yes, you're right. I didn't force you to talk about it. You wanted to talk about it. And now in my eyes, assess the situation. The mandragora is still covered in a veil of yellow pollen, preventing me from getting too close. I can tell in its leafy, vegetative mind, if indeed it has a mind, that it thinks it's outsmarted me. The vines dig even tighter into the captive woman, trying to squeeze her to death. I think I gave this game a fairly high score. I think I gave it like a 7 or something. Probably deserves less. It should be a 6, almost 5, really. I feel like it's at least cute and like sort of fun in a way. The girl gasps. It sounds like she's suffering. Maybe I should give it a lesser score. Because it's not a very good story. It's basically not a video game. It even fails at being a good visual novel. I just find the story like a little bit like cute overall, but I mean this is really pretty offensive. I think there's more offensive stuff to come. So you should enjoy watching and looking at it. You can't allow that. I won't allow that. Maybe this will work. I swing my sword hard. It displaces the air, clearing out a thin path in the pollen between me and the mandragora. Her boobs are just... Well, alright. The mandragora shifts its large flowery head, turning in my direction, but it's already too late. This is a great action picture. Action pose. Very, very hot. I rush forward, dashing through the slim opening my strike afforded, and jump. The mandragora, panicking, sends a bevy of vines after me. How many vines to this thing half, but I ignored them. I think I should rate this game 69 out of 100. I feel like it just earned a 69. That's all you can say about it. Focus on the flowers. I bring the sword down. It's a kind review because it probably deserves less than a 69. It spits right through the large open flower in the center of the mandragora. The mandragora thrashes in pain. Its vines crumple in on themselves. The young woman is released. She falls through the air, and I dash forwards to catch her in my arms. I hold her against my chest and carry her away, while the mandragora dances itself to the death. The woman is unconscious. The plant must have squeezed the air out of her. Fortunately, she's still breathing. When I'm a good 5 feet away from the crumpled plant, I lay the woman on the ground. I set her beneath the shade of an oak tree. The ground is covered in fallen acorns. Upon closer inspection, I realized my hasty first impressions were indeed correct. The woman is very pretty. She's young, maybe 19, 20, and has smooth skin and peach-colored hair. I examined her wrists, her ankles. There are red welts crisscrossing her skin, no doubt from the mandragora's vines. Well, they'll heal soon enough. I sheath my sword and turn. I'm ready to walk away when... Oh, Lady Knight! She's awake. Damn it. She's 30 than she looks. Shouldn't be, upset that she's awake. Shouldn't leave an unconscious person in Little Oak Forest where monsters kill people every day. Are you just going to leave like that? Yeah, you're right to be upset. She's a terrible person. That was the general idea, yes. But I haven't had a chance to apologize. You don't have anything to apologize for. She rescued you and then left you unconscious in the woods to die. For what? For getting attacked by that plant. I don't think you have to apologize for that. It was my fault, really. I'm usually so careful. I know this forest like the back of my hand. Oh my god, my eyes twitching. Just go to bed. Let's just try to get through this scene, I guess. And I've been playing for 40 minutes, so yeah, I guess I have to stop soon. Yeah, so this is a good scene to end on. I don't think I can sleep. I'm going to finish this game. I guess I was wrong. I can't finish this game in an hour because we're not even I don't think we're halfway through. Almost halfway through. So that still makes the game 2 hours long. Right. So yeah, we've never been caught by a mandragora before. Right? You gotcha. It's the first time for everything, I suppose. But this really is embarrassing. Then I should have let you die? What? Don't know, of course not. What's wrong with you, lady? I was really happy when you came to save me. It was like something from a fairy story. I simply did what any concerned onlooker would do. Now, we both know that's not true. Not many people would have the guts to face down a monster like that. People can surprise you. You certainly surprised me. I'm so happy. I want to repay you somehow. The woman gets to her feet, but her ankles are weak. She stumbles. It's a good thing. It's a good thing I'm there to catch her, or she'd be making a sudden appointment with the ground right now. It seems you saved me again. You should be more careful. Yes, I will. I promise. I have little faith in the promises of people from Talia. Well, if that's all, I'll be on my way. Oh, wait, please, wait. What is it now? You can't just walk away like that. Watch me. But you saved me. I need to thank you. I don't need any thanks. But you were so strong and brave, just like a real warrior. Yeah, well, I am a real warrior. Yeah. Real warrior, huh? She pauses then. Oh my. Oh no. I know you. You're the Lady Warrior Arcadia, isn't that right? I'm afraid you have the wrong person. No, no, it really is you. I'd recognize you anywhere. So it's like a celebrity thing where you don't want to be noticed. You don't want to give an autograph. My older sister is a big fan, and she has a wooden carving of you she bought with 3 months worth of her pocket money from the traveling market of Melora. And she was ripped off. A likeness of my face is hardly worth that much money. Okay, there we go. Ah, see? I knew it. You really are Arcadia. Damn. I don't know what you're talking about, miss. You don't need to call me miss. My name is Cecily, and I'm very glad I met you. Oh, great, what? Arcadia's fine. How am I doing for time? 40 minutes, 41 minutes. Alright, we're good. Oh, but this is incredible. She's so excited, she's practically jumping. I simply have to go home and tell my sister. Celeste will be overjoyed. Well, don't let me keep you. What do you mean? You're coming too, of course. Of course. She makes it sound like it's something ordained by the stars, something that can't be altered by any man, not even great Arcadia herself. Why do you want me to come with you? Because you did a great thing for me. Everybody in my village will want to thank you. I don't think that's a very good idea. But Cecily isn't listening. I get the vague feeling listening isn't one of my strong suits. Must be my sister, yes, and my mother and my grandmother. The village chief will want to see you, and all the young children, the men and the women too. We've all heard of your legends, and we all want to meet you. It would be like a dream come true. Some dreams are better left unrealized. Nonsense. You know, it's been hard in my village lately. It hasn't rained nearly enough, and it's been so hot and dry this summer. There isn't enough water to go around, and we were starting to lose hope. But if you were there, Arcadia, then I'm sure everyone would be very happy. I'll prove that life can be good and great, and maybe even my sister will get better. She's sick? Yes, she's been very sick for a very, very long time. The only thing that makes her happy is that it's her woodcut of you. I'm sorry to hear that. I turned to one side, suddenly awkward. You'd think I'd get used to being an idol after spending so much of my life in the spotlight, but apparently not. I just want a quiet life, really. Maybe a cat or two. I'm getting too old for this nonsense. Why am I letting this girl get to me? Anyway, everybody in Talia has one sob story or another, but when I look at her eyes, I feel myself getting swayed regardless. What a pain. I was out in the forest for Celesta, actually. I was looking for some mugwort and lady's purse to make a painkiller, you see? It's the only way she could get through each day now. But I was worried. I must have forgotten myself. I walked right into that Mandragora's den. If I died, I don't know what would happen to Celesta. There's mother and grandmother, yes, but she needs me. She loves me. We're sisters. Cecily takes hold of both of my hands and smiles. You did a very great thing today, Arcadia. You didn't just save me, you saved my whole family. I can't thank you properly. I don't have anything to give you. But if we went back to... these scenes take so long to get through. If we went back to Fairside, you could be fairly compensated amply. I don't do this to make money. But my voice lacks conviction. There's no conviction left. Cecily has drained it all from me. She's a skinny woman, but her face is awfully determined. Her eyes are narrow, her brow is furrowed. I wouldn't call her skinny, but she's not fat or anything. I mean, both of them are about the same size. I think, I guess Arcadia is a little wider. She's earnest and means well, but she's also stubborn and self-assured, and will absolutely not take no for an answer. She's also rather attractive, which doesn't hurt. Her fingers, laced with mine, are very soft and warm. Please, Arcadia, please, for me. I swallow. I want to turn my head, but I can't. She's exactly the kind of person I'm weak against. Forget Mandragoras, girls like Cecily will be the end of me. Alright, that's the end of the scene. Let's stop there. The two of us walk through a little cooked forest together. Leaves and twigs crunch beneath our feet. Light filters down through the leaves and the trees up above, but most of Cecily's face is obscured in shadow. Alright, so we're stopping here. Bye, everybody. Love you guys. See y'all next time. Bye. Yeah. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, click the bell. Bye, everybody. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm tired now. I drank all my chamomile tea. Yep, I did drink all of it. That's confirmation. Alright, and now I already saved, so yeah, we're done. Let me get out of this. Bye, everybody. The forest is overgrown. The paths are ill-maintained. Perhaps they haven't been tended to in centuries. Not many people venture into Little Oak Forest. Only 8 people a year, and then they die. Not if they know what's good for them, right? Only those 8 that don't know what's good for them, they die. Anyway, let's save the recent gameplay. Full video. Bye-bye. Love you guys. Bye. Save full video.